We actually have two wonderful personalities who will be joining us in the studio today. They happen to be story makers who have conveyed stories about generations, about women's history, about social issues through television and TV. They have worked with different departments from the classics of BBC to Pakistan TV, from Apple TV, Amazon Prime, with award-winning films and internationally published books. They've told stories of women, families and voiced all around the world. They happen to be Kamran, Qureshi and Dr. Iram Qureshi. We will be having an in-depth conversation with these two fascinating personalities that we are so excited to have on our show. So first things first, we actually have Dr. Kamran Qureshi, who is an award-winning film and television director, producer, and the senior fellow of the Higher Education Academy of the United Kingdom. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's such a pleasure to be back in PTV. It's a mother institution, and it's really good to be here.
Oh my God, it's absolutely lovely to have people like you back here, giving back to the community of PTV, and not just this, we actually have the one and only, the woman of the hour, I would like to say. She happens to be Dr. Iram Qureshi, an accomplished film and television producer, a director, academic, and fellow of the Higher Education Academy of the UK. She also teaches film and television at the Ravensbourne University in London and has played a key role in producing meaningful, life-changing documentaries and television productions. Thank you so much for being here, Iram.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I'm absolutely starstruck by your profiles. I mean, being in the media industry. So please take us back from your journey. Where did this all begin? Where did the inspiration come to produce films and TV series to convey the message of society to people?
In early 90s, I did a couple of computer courses and joined a digital video effects studio. So I visited first time PTV in around 1994. There were back and forth different visits to PTV. Basically, they needed to have some visual effects at that time, and I was being hired to do that stuff. But later on, I started editing myself, then joined direction. And the first very well-known my project was Aerial Mothers, or Aerial Ma, hosted by Sania Saeed. It's been aired for like 2 to 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
And it was a really touchy program where we used to have all the celebrities sitting on a studio discussing about their mothers, crying, you know. And then next year, in 2002 or 3, I decided to do a film series called Ma Aur Mamta. It was based on true stories. And one of the story was about an intersex mother, and the main role was played by Sohail, and there was Qazi Wajid, Nabil, Zahin Taira, Kamran Jilani. All of those were part of that cast. That telefilm won Indus Telefilm Award and 500,000 cash prize at that point. Then next year we decided to do a serial on intersex and in transgender people.
A social issue that needs to be talked about.
Yes. And based on these two projects, Murad and Murad, although I did a couple of other serials as well, like Hasina Moin written a serial called Choti Si Kahani, which went on air on PTV.
All right.
And that was, I think, 2012, I believe. Asghar Nadeem Sayyed written a serial called Riyasat, and we won Best Lux Style Award in 2006, produced by Abdullah Kadwani and Humayun Saeed. So I roughly directed 5 serials for Humayun Saeed, and the last film was Only Love Matters, which was an English feature film. UK Parliament hosted the screening and also a Q&A. Also, that film was part of release on UK cinemas, and now is available on Apple TV and Amazon Prime.
Oh my
Rest, obviously, she can continue.
I mean, what a phenomenal background that you have shared. And what really speaks to me is that how candidly you explained your journey starting from P2B and all the things you've achieved, like Ma and Mamta, Rayasat, Choti Si Kahani, and such serials talking about the social issues, right? How females face different issues in cycles of life, and just things that people need to talk about in society that are probably considered as taboos, right? So how do you as producers and filmmakers make sure to convey the raw emotion? I mean, you have won many awards. How were you able to achieve such a feat?
I mean, by putting ourselves into those shoes, I mean, you know, being a woman, like I am a producer, so I can feel those issues. I did my master's from Fatima Jinnah University back in 2002, and I conducted a research about the role of family planning ads on the lower socioeconomic class, and I visited all these villages, you know, talked to those women, so I could see many issues there as well. So when we produced, we did Ma aur Mamta, and after that we produced a series called Aurat Aur Char Diwari, which had all the, you know, 13 episodes. Not episodic, but it was single stories, and each one catered for, you know, honor killing and all those type of issues where women are not allowed to go into sports, etc., etc. I mean, as a woman, I was able to see how the women have been, you know, constrained or confined to the you know, four walls of the houses, and how they were not allowed. And being a woman of middle class, I know that, you know, what happens in the families. So this was really, and Kamran, his direction basically is such that when he did Ma aur Mamta, I remember he directed that, and once he directed, once it was edited, he took his mother to show her, you know, the edited finished product, and both were crying. Mom and son both were crying when they watched the film, because it was about an intersex mother who was neither a male, neither a female, and she couldn't bear a child, and she had to, you know, adopt a son who hated her. Sorry. So I mean, how he showed the emotions, it was so touchy.
And to capture that as a producer, as a director, as a filmmaker, I mean, the amount of effort it takes, and it really, you know, that it hits the audience and touches the audience when you know that you end up crying. And I mean, you've received so many awards, but what I really do want to talk about is the amazing books that you've brought in today. You have been you have been recognized as accomplished book writers as well. So do let me know all about your books, and let's just start with this one right now. And what is it about right now? You can show the cover to the audiences as well.
Is the book, which is called Wendy, Toye. And I have actually done my PhD in British cinema. And when I was researching for what I should do, because I was really interested in knowing the history of British cinema as well, I came across the history of women in British cinema and how they were treated in those days in post-war period. So what I did was I selected one woman whose career was about 90 years long, almost 90 years. She died at 93 years of age, and she started her career at the age of 3. I looked at her career and I thought, nobody's ever written about her. There is no book, there is nothing about her. And I went into museums, I went into where her archives have been kept. And it is such a phenomenal story, you know, about her, how she made her place in the British cinema, which was patriarchal, no spaces for women at all, how they were treated. They were told, oh, we can talk to you about working in the films, but not in the capacity that you're going to be directing. So that was Michael Balkan, one of the main producers. So through her story, I not only studied her story, but I also looked at the context of the British cinema, you know, how it was, how the women were actually given the spaces, etc. And this actually led me towards this film as well, where we both actually went together. So, I mean, I can I'll give a chance to Kamran as well to
Sure,
talk
sure.
about
I
it as
mean,
well.
and I do really want to appreciate, as a woman, you researched into how the post-World War cinematic history of women evolved, who made sure that cinema was brought to people, good cinema was brought to people.
It's a part
And-
of book series which has got 26 books about the British filmmakers, but this is the first book, and there are only, I think, a couple of books about the British filmmakers.
I mean, absolutely phenomenal. And let's move on to Dr. Kamran. You have some astounding books in front of you as well. Why don't you let us know what these books are about?
I'll just cover two topics. The series Aurat Char Diwari, which Iram mentioned, that was produced by us, but directed by my brother. His name is Adnan Y. Qureshi. He's an accomplished director. He's done so many serials in Pakistan. This book, Iram's book, is published by Manchester University Press, which is one of the renowned top publisher, not only in Britain or worldwide, but also my book is about fiction feature filmmaking, research and practice. So this book basically bringing the whole cycle, starting from the concept, research, then film production. When you complete the film production, it's not just about your job done, it's half of the job done. Then you get involved with
Editing,
sales, distribution, marketing, advertising, and then exhibition. And we acted as a distributor as well with UK cinemas, because we face so many challenges taking this subject, because a lot of media industry, they don't understand probably the people or group we were focusing on. This book, which is edited by Megan Walker, and I have a whole chapter about Pakistani legislation. It's the chapter number 11, and the chapter called A Critical Analysis of the Transgender Person Act 2018 in Pakistan versus United Nations recommendation. So when I was doing my PhD, my PhD was all about professional practice in film, television, media, focusing on feature films, fiction feature films, but also during research I found out different topics. One of the topics was this, and a lot of people worldwide praising Pakistani legislation, which was praising by University of Oxford and a lot of international media. So that I thought, why not document everything in this chapter? Obviously, every law or everything is not perfect. There are something which we highlighted which can be improved, but also why not we should discuss the positive side as well.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we definitely applaud your efforts. You have embedded your feet, planted your feet directly into the media industry, making sure to leave your mark in such a positive way. And I would like to highlight that Only Love Matters has won more than 30 plus international awards. And you dared to actually dive into the field of talking about women's issues, dare I say, before it was fashionable, before it was trendy. And we do applaud you for your efforts. It was lovely having you on the show today. I do wish we had more time, but it was lovely. You spoke so candidly and passionately about the endeavors that you have gone through, and we do wish you a lot of success. It was lovely to have you on the show.